All right, we're back. And I'm leaving the track up because I kind of like that kind of stuff. So I want to make sure I get your last name right, Nia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just make sure. So, by the way, Sean Albrecht back with you, the CPTC live stream. Yeah, there we go, Nia. Nice.
Hi.
Nice.
Hey, everybody.
We're technologically, we like to, we don't say challenge, we just say technologically. Let's put that down. But anyway, so Sean Albrecht with the CPTC live stream. I'm here with Nia
Tavalaris.
There
Okay.
we go. Of Connections.
Connections for the Homeless.
Connections for the Homeless. And
That's right.
this is one of the organizations that has been affiliated with the Mixed Married for
6 years.
Yeah.
For 6 years, we've
Unbelievable.
been, it is unbelievable. We have been the beneficiaries of Mixed Married for 6 years, which is great. It's a great partnership.
So what is Connections for the Homeless? What do you do, just to describe to the, as we said, tens of viewers out there?
That's right. So Connections for the Homeless, we are a homeless serving agency.
Sure.
We're located in the North Shore. We were actually founded 40 years ago in Evanston.
Oh.
Some people don't realize that the only shelter between the northern line of Chicago all the way up to Waukegan is Connections for the Homeless. There are no other shelters around.
You're the only one.
We're the only one. And there's also a need, which is something else that people sometimes don't realize. They're like, whoa, but it's the North Shore. They don't need shelter. And I can tell you, they do need shelter.
They do. So that's your service area, if you will?
That's our service areas.
Okay.
Northern Cook County, Evanston, up the lake, and then if you go west, out to Arlington Heights.
all
So
the way
Evanston, Skokie, Des Plaines, all the way kind of west, that's our service area. Glenview, Glencoe.
How did you get started doing this?
Me personally, or how to Connections?
Yeah.
So I will tell you.
We could tell Connections.
The
too, but that would
connection
be-
story is way better.
All right, well,
The
it's
connection
very
story is way
humble
better.
of you to say.
So 40 years ago, there was a real movement in the country by this great group of humans called the baby boomers, who were walking around and they were like,
We are great.
They're great humans, says a Gen Xer to a boomer. I love my boomers. So there was a real problem in communities across the country with visible homelessness. And this was due in large part to, you might remember, the defunding of public housing, the deinstitutionalization of mental health centers and things like that.
Yeah.
Right? So remember, we decided we're not going to pay for that anymore. And so what happened, right? So that's
mistake.
cool. So what
about
happened?
to get political. Go
nope,
ahead.
we're not going to get political. What happened was there was this huge increase in visible poverty and people experiencing homelessness because they weren't being right. And then there's these boomers that were like, what is going on? We have to do something about this. And in faith communities around the country, including in Evanston where we started, boomers went to church and they were like, we're going to house people in our basements and our church cellars and our church whatever. That's probably... That kind of origin story is probably the origin story for 75% of all homeless serving agencies in America. It's our origin story. Started in a church. It was an intra-faith community that came together. One church raised their hand and said, we can do it in our basement.
Wow.
And then that's how it got started.
Talk about a team effort. God bless you guys for doing that. I'm saying. So I want to keep you.
Sure.
So how, if somebody wants to donate, if somebody wants to volunteer, if somebody wants to get involved, how would they do that?
So what I would say is you can go to our website, which is connect2home.org. So connect2home.org.
Connect2home.org.
You can also just search Connections for the Homeless, North Shore, Evanston, whatever, and you will find us. One of the great things about Connection, Sean, is that we pride ourselves in having volunteer opportunities for anyone. If you're a family and you want to have do volunteer work with your kids, if your kids have volunteer hours they need to get, if you want to do it on-site, you can do it on-site. If you want to do it at your home, you can do it at your home. We have all kinds of ways that people can get involved, and it is critical to allow us to do the work. So I encourage people, go to the website, connect2home.org, check us out, reach out to us. We love new volunteers, and we need you.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, it's just a great, worthwhile, cause. There's no question about it. It's Connect. One more time, the website is?
Connect, the number
Connect
2,
to
the word home.org.
Nia, thank you so much.
Thank
it was
you,
very nice
Sean.
meeting you.
Nice to meet
Bless
you.
you for doing the work you do.
Thanks, and congratulations to the tournament players.
Awesome. Wow. Just keeps things in perspective and everything.
Welcome back, everybody, to
Look at all those players out
Golf
there.
Club. Yes, well, this is the invisible round.
Yeah.
You didn't realize it, but everyone has superpowers. I'm Matt McClure alongside Sean Albrecht and Cal Noble. We're here for the CPTC live stream. And
Yes.
today we have been live streaming the Illinois Married Mixed
All
from
day.
Yes.
Evanston Golf Club all day.
24-hour married mixed network.
Yeah, that's what we're about to
All
be. We're
married
all
mixed
about it.
all the time.
We are all about it. And everything has been going quite swimmingly,
Yes.
with the exception of there being no players on the court. But they're on their way. We are assured that they are on their way, but we just didn't want to wait any longer in that countdown screen for everyone to
Yeah, it's not like a
lose
concert where
interest.
there's an opening act. We if I get out there and do my impression of Marlena Dietrich, but I don't think it would get anywhere.
No, yeah, I don't know how far we could go. I can do an impression of Golem, and that's about
It's
it.
awesome. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, that is an awesome impression. I was kidding about
Well,
Marlena
what else
Dietrich.
are we doing
He is
around?
not kidding about Golem.
Yeah, I mean, what else are we doing
That's
here?
amazing.
Yeah.
It's
But
amazing.
aside from those few impressions that Sean and I have in our arsenal,
Well,
we're
and
just
me.
getting ready for the finals and Cal.
Yeah, I've got some great impressions.
Cal does a great
you
deal.
really?
No, I do a.
He does,
I do a great impression of the guy that says tequila from Tequila. You ready?
Oh yeah,
Tequila.
yeah, you did it.
Nice job.
You did it. I didn't think you could deliver on
I
that one,
pulled
but
it off.
No,
yeah,
but
it
he
was-
did.
I pulled it off.
that
And
was
well
pretty
done.
strong. So we've had a fun day of paddle thus far. This is the A1 division. There are 11 divisions playing today in the Illinois Married Mixed event at a variety of clubs around the Chicagoland area, and then all the teams coming back here for the finals in some capacity. And so this is going to be the top division here that is about to get started. And we look at that. We got the names up there already. It is going to be Rob and Rachel Young against Gabe and Lisa Korak. So
I
think
swear
that's
they're going to
pretty
be
cool.
here. I swear.
yeah, this is like every party in high school I ever showed up at. It was kind of like,
No, they're coming.
There'll be people. No,
No,
seriously.
I'm sure they're going to come. I'm sure
They're
they're going to
good.
show
They were
up.
just
It's
kidding
fine.
when they said they wouldn't be here.
That was just
it
a
can't
joke.
happen every time.
Yeah, I didn't.
I mean, you can't.
You think I ordered all this pizza for myself?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I would let it go to waste, but
Well, of course.
The fact that I worked there has nothing to do with it.
Last night after we had our cool setup here, I went home and ate an entire pizza over the sink like a rat.
listen. You're a young single guy.
It's
That's
living the
gonna be one of
bachelor
things
life.
You,
That's
you know
right.
what's going to be uncomfortable for you, Cal, is you're going to reach a point where maybe you get married and, God willing, have a couple kids, and then you'll end up doing the same thing at the end of a long work day, except instead of ordering the pizza for yourself, it'll be whatever is left over from the children
Right.
that they didn't eat. That will be your meal for the evening.
But you go to the sink to eat it.
But you hold over the sink like
You have
because you know.
I don't know.
you
I'm
wanna
kind
make
of
a
like
mess.
I'm kind of like Coach Matt. I like to go to the car and then go to the park and just consume
Just
it.
eat a whole pizza
Yeah,
by
absolutely.
yourself at the
You know?
park.
Speaking of food, we had a burger. Wasn't that
great
burger
burger.
good? I mean, I don't know whether there are ratings for each paddle clubhouse's burger, but
Yeah.
that's right up there, man. That was an excellent burger.
Well, I
Evanston
think
Golf
we've
Club
just
staff,
figured
thank you.
out
That
a
was
fun little
amazing.
side segment
Yeah, I was gonna
for
say, yeah.
the live stream next year, in which
Yeah.
every time we go, we will do a burger comparison.
That's right. That's good bass.
It
Or a
probably
chili.
won't be as big as that one bite pizza guy, but
Probably not.
but
So
I,
what? We
I
don't
mean, I
care.
bet it'll be up there.
We don't care.
Well, we had some, looking back on this crazy year, we had some chili. At like
Oh, that
4
was-
or 5
that was
different
great.
clubs, we had some.
Yep.
That,
There
was
was
a lot of
that
chili this
Michigan
year.
Shores, maybe?
It was Michigan Shores, and then it was Glenview, and then it was
Yeah.
Salt Creek.
Salt Creek
Salt
also
Creek,
has
some
great
good,
chili.
Yeah.
some superior chili. I admit it though, guys, and no, I insist.
Okay.
I admit it that I'm not the guy to talk to about this food anyway, because I'm going to eat whatever shows up. Let's face it. So if it's not good and you think it's not good, just say so, and then I'll have to agree with you.
Well, I think that's actually a difference maker for a lot of people that I've never really fallen into that category. But some people are like, this isn't very good, I'm not going to eat it. And I'll just go, this isn't very good. And then I'll finish all of it.
This sucks.
That was terrible.
This isn't very good. And so
That was just a terrible,
I'll
terrible-
still have a second one.
I'm
but-
imagining you sitting there with like a bib and just sauce everywhere, and then the waitress walks past you.
That was
Where is
the
your
worst.
pride? This was terrible.
This was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You know, I'm not a. Yeah.
We got the jams going.
Yeah.
this.
Playing every bump. Track
Well,
I
next
got.
year there's going to be a country one. On
Yeah,
there.
we got. Yeah, I got something coming. Well, whoa. Are you presuming? Cal?
No.
Are you presuming?
No, there's going to be a country one. I'm not saying I'm on it. I didn't say that.
Cal, do
I
not
didn't say that.
presume.
He's just saying that there's going to be a country
I will put
one.
Matt on there so much faster
Oh.
than I will put.
We're going to have to find something that I can
I'll
pull
put-
off,
see-
Sean.
I will put Gollum on the country track. I do not care.
That's where he belongs.
If we just did a.
We'll just have Gollum say hacking with my pedal.
Yeah, right.
We got to say that. We got to do
great.
it.
Put Gollum on a
can't
country
wait.
track.
Let's have Gollum and Gollum harmonize
Yeah,
Gollum.
totally.
Let's Gollum. We'll throw him through auto-tune. We'll figure something out. It's fine. Now, Cal, we'll find something for you to do.
Well,
You'll
we
go
could,
get coffee.
We could go like we could do like an acapella type deal,
Oh, man,
where
you
me
are
and
way-
me and Matt are the backups.
Whoa, You're way, too much. No, the bar's too high for you right now. Sorry. You got to lower that down. No. Stop.
I wasn't saying I'm lead.
What?
There's enough auto tune to make a good backup singer out of me.
There's not enough auto-tune in the world. I'm sorry, Cal.
I'm sorry. I did that. Was I too obvious
No,
about
I
that
thought
one?
that was pretty funny, actually.
That was not nice. Was that not nice?
There's not enough auto-tune in the world.
We're
Not
throwing it all
even
up
for
there.
backup vocals.
No, yeah,
throwing it all
that's,
up there.
we don't do that here.
That's not true. I can actually drown you out. If I have to.
Meanwhile, moments
There's a whole
earlier,
bunch
we
of
can
engineering
auto
stuff
tune
I got.
Gollum.
I can.
We can auto tune
make you
Gollum,
happen.
but not Cal.
I'm not even mixing this stuff that is well anyway. So I would, don't worry. No offense.
Mr.
but
Modesty here.
This is my favorite because what is going on? That's what I'm.
Listen, I mean, if you're gonna live stream, a tournament or a
Yes.
series of events for 12 hours in a row, you have to have
Yes.
something to keep you
Darn
motivated when
right.
when there's not actually paddle
Exactly.
happening.
Yeah.
So, like in this particular instance, before we actually get started and everybody is ready to go, I'm borderline at the part where I'm starting to get concerned.
Here we are trying to be as confident as possible.
Right.
Don't worry.
And
they'll
I'm
be
starting
here.
to be like, someone has fallen ill, and they're deciding if they're still going to play the final or not.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, the venerable tournament director, John Watros, mentioned that due to the sun, they might postpone it a few minutes.
Oh, that's
They were
right.
but
he
I mean,
did say
in a
something
way-
about that.
And
but
right now the sun is, if you take a look at the back windscreen,
Yeah.
it's like right at that
it's
level.
right at that level. So maybe you're right.
You know
Cal.
what? That is
For-
interesting.
all right,
once.
maybe you're back in on the.
You're right. And
harmonizing.
I've been complimenting, Evanston Golf Club here for their
Oh, here they
incredible
come.
paddle facility for quite some time. But apparently I should have been mentioning that if they would have just built it a few inches higher, they wouldn't have these kind of problems.
We could have started at
Um,
6.
We could have started
15.
at 6:06 instead
Oh, where's
of
the fun in that,
6:19.
boys? I don't know. Maybe you're right.
All right, so Gabe and Lisa Korak have taken the court as the
Enter stage
slightly
right.
shorter team. They're less concerned about the sun
Yeah, so they
because
don't
of the
worry
level.
about it.
So they, and Rob and Rachel are trying to
Right.
protect their retinas as much as possible.
What is this, Total Recall? Is it
Yes, yeah, it's Total Recall. Yeah, that's what
crank
it
up
is.
the core
Well,
of
Get
the
your ass
planet.
to Mars.
Crank up the core.
Rob had a pretty sick pair of sunglasses, so
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he was prepared.
he was dripped out.
They were.
Yeah,
They're matching.
They're
Black shirts, blue pants.
they could have been prescription too,
Goggles.
so- yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it was from his
Yeah, it
swimming
was,
background.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
I think he just
Apparently
likes.
one of his
I
friends,
think he
right.
likes the goggles.
Yeah,
Well, he rocks them, so
he
Agreed.
does.
not many of us are able to pull that off.
No.
So more power to him. We're just going through all of these.
I'm just throwing them all in there. This is number 6. This is the last one I got, so hopefully
That's okay.
somebody
well,
shows
you know,
up.
this is. I like it that we're preloaded with enough stuff to vamp for
Yeah.
20 minutes if we need to. All right, so I think that all we can do at this point, as we get prepared, is to commentate a little bit on the warm up. And this is an important part of the match that I feel like not enough people focus on winning the warm-up.
I think there's no question.
Winning the warm-up.
And you think that I'm joking, but
No, Cal, that's a real thing.
here's how it works. I'm not saying
there really isn't a real thing, but we're not kidding.
I'm not saying that you should win the warm-up in a way where you like keep track of like the practice points that you win.
Yes.
But the warm-up should serve like an actual purpose outside of just like sort of
Even
finding
against
your
your
rhythm.
partner.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say that like there is an element of recon that you're going to do to kind of see the way that somebody hits their
good way of
shots.
putting it.
Or in this particular instance, if the sun is going to be a factor, now's the time for these two to figure it out.
That's a
And
good
maybe,
point.
you know, if they lose the spin to see who serves, they would actually decide what side to play.
You know what? It's 6:22. My guess is the lights go on at 6:30. Am I wrong? Maybe they don't. Maybe they've got them timed. Is it a sensor?
That's a good
Sensor?
question. I don't know. New facility, so
Yeah.
could go either way.
Well, here they come. So we're rolling.
So here's Rob and Rachel Young coming to the court. You got to respect the matching team uniform.
Yeah.
No question. And the Rob and Rachel Young, if I'm not mistaken, weren't they the 3 seed?
Correct.
I
And then
believe
the
so.
Koraks, were
the
they
Koraks
seeded?
are the 1 seed.
They're the 1 seed. Okay,
Yeah.
so basically we've seeded out here, so to speak, the 2 and whether you get 1 and 3 or 1 and 2 or 2 and 3, you're doing your job.
Yep.
If you're the tournament director, you've done your job. You've done a great
Kudos
job.
to the tournament
Right,
directors.
which would probably be John Rontrous, right? Wouldn't that be
Yeah, and
JW?
also, you know, a benefit to the PTI system as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, good point.
Kind of helping
No pun
with
intended.
that part of the process.
Yeah.
It really is interesting to see how a lot of the tournament draws have sort of solidified themselves with the integration of the PTI. As
Yeah.
much as people, you know, might complain about it in whatever
It all comes out in the
whatever
wash,
their
doesn't it,
issues
Coach?
are with like how the perception of how you have to play or score
Right.
in order to maintain or whatever you're trying to do with your PTI. It
What are we
really
gonna say,
is
the
a
cream
huge
rises?
benefit.
The cream
It really-
rises, Coach.
Yeah, it really is a huge benefit, especially in an event like this, where
Yes.
like, you know, there's not a lot of crossover here
No.
in terms of, you know, all these players having played against each other on a regular basis. So you gotta start with something. Also, I think that the team mixed nationals that took place a couple of weekends ago
Yes.
is a huge set of data points
Yes.
for the PTI system to get even better. That's really important because then you start being able to track PTIs across
Yep.
multiple cities
Yep.
and
Yep.
demographics.
Does make a difference. I'm also was struck, and of course, I don't know if a lot of you are tuned in for the interview with Nia.
Yeah,
Nia
yeah. Just as we started
Tavares.
the stream tonight, by
Yeah.
the way, we should mention that we did a quick interview with one of the, I guess, benefactors of the tournament this weekend.
Yeah.
And so
Connections for the Homeless. is
Connections
the
for
name
the
of
Homeless. Yes.
Organization. Yeah.
And when we post this match live, what we'll do is we'll cut out her interview from the beginning of the stream
Yeah.
and pop it in probably over what was that 20 minutes of us talking with no warming up happening.
Yeah, exactly. Because nobody
So
wants to hear that again. I can tell you that right now.
Let's have that expunged from the record.
I mean, I'm not good with the food, you know, to give you an idea about the food. When it comes to commentary, I can pretty much tell you that's not going to fly or that is going to fly. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
it kind of worked out. But no, I was just very impressed. I mean, she seems like a really, really cool lady, and the work that they do. She's right. I mean, it's, you know, to fight that type of thing anywhere is to fight it everywhere. So God bless her, and this tournament for contributing. So once again, if you want to get involved with that, connections for the homeless, it's connections to the number 2 homeless.org. Connections to homeless.org. Awesome.
Also going on behind us here on the other side of the audio booth is the Wellness Center.
Yep.
Is giving some massages and some consultations on injuries and injury prevention and some of that kind of stuff. That's cool of them to come out to an event like this. They've got a bunch of tables set up. So if you were watching on the live stream at home, get in your car and get over here for a free massage. That's really...
Or just stay in your car and they'll just come over. No, I'm just kidding. They're not gonna do that.
And they'll pass a Theragun through your window.
That's what you do. Just don't want to have to go anywhere or do anything for that matter. So we're all right. So they're still warming up. I guess, you know, they just haven't had enough paddle. is
You know,
really the
I
bottom
totally
line.
respect that because oftentimes, you know, at the end of a day like this where you've played, 7 or 8 hours of paddle, you
Yes.
probably are really jonesing for that extra 15 minutes for attention.
Boy, you better recognize.
You better recognize.
Yep. Oops, sorry. There we go.
good.
Yep. Oh, look at that. We got no. Okay, there really is not so much a
no sun
X-Files.
to deal with.
Yeah, no X-Files either. Because I was going to say they got a little sheen on the court there, but it's not like it's moisture. Believe me.
I like it. Let's see what happens when the lights come on.
Yep. That's the idea. And so, am I correct in assuming some history here? Didn't Rob and Rachel make the final last year? Is that true? Did I hear
I
that?
believe so. Yeah, they at a minimum made it to. Yeah, I think they made it to the finals because we had discussed how they had
Okay, so they're a consistent
taken out a
performer
previous
there.
championship team in order to get to the finals.
Well, they've been playing some good ball. That last match they played was pretty impressive. They really didn't miss too much in terms of the shot-making prowess. I mean, they were pretty amazing.
All right.
We're pretty much ready to go here. Well, I think they're still taking some.
Some warm-up serves, it looks like.
Yep. Yeah, just getting used to the new lighting, so to speak, and the court. Not really a home court advantage for either one of these teams. I don't
81
think.
degrees right now.
Wow.
What is
where
that?
it's
What is that
coming
thing
in.
you just said, Sean?
Home court advantage, homie.
What is that?
I call it.
What
Wait,
is,
do we
what
need to
is-
define it for the 115th time?
I
on
think
the,
probably,
Yeah, we do.
the viewers at home who are watching us for the first time ever
Yeah.
would be interested in knowing what home court advantage is technically. I hear that term
Little-
thrown around a
Yeah,
lot,
but I don't know what it
little
means.
little do
really
little
sure.
do
You
the
guys say it
people
so
little do the
much.
people that are watching and or listening, unfortunately for them, understand that it's really just an inside here. We're like, we know what it is and they know what it is. Okay, so home court advantage. Because I'm going to go through it again.
No, you have to.
I have to. If I
That's
don't
the-
get-
listen, it's a staple of the
Yeah,
stream.
it's part. If I don't, it's
And
almost like
also, we wouldn't be doing our job if there wasn't somebody who tuned in for the first time, and we didn't feel like we left them with some
get-
little nugget of knowledge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You
important.
know,
and that's all I really have are nuggets of knowledge. Matter of fact, I think it's just one nugget. I think it's a singular thing.
it's a
I don't-
solo nugget.
Yeah, I don't have much of more than that.
Quick shout out to Matt Allison in the chat saying "Go Team Young."
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
they've
Here we
got
go.
some fans.
All right.
So they got some fans, and they're out. Are they out of Salt Creek? I want to say
It's getting serious.
So if we've got any Korak fans, I don't know if you could just sit there and take that.
they're. I don't think they were. It's nice. Way to stir up.
Yeah.
I was a correct fan.
Way
I
to
don't know
stir
if I
up
would take that.
controversy and adversity.
Well, it'd be so
Cal.
empty without me.
That's what. Yeah.
That's right.
Apparently. Well, anyway, we've glossed right over home court advantage, which is fine with me. But if you played on this court before, which obviously the Youngs have, if they've done as well as they have this last year, and even
And
into
remember,
this
they
year.
were here. They were just on the last stream. So
That's right.
Also true.
that is.
So they
pertinent.
obviously, and they like this court. Let's face it, they just did pretty well on it.
Yeah.
So. But
So they'd be more used to the bounces. And,
exactly. And where are I've seen, by the way, Gabe Korak. I know we've had him on the live stream for CPTC.
Yes. I think that he plays for Birchwood.
okay.
And he may play. I mean, he could easily play multiple.
Okay.
He's a good
so
player.
would this
who probably
possibly
plays
be? Are they a
multiple
Birchwood team? By the way,
teams? Oh yeah, I believe so. I would.
Okay.
classify
I mean, I'm
them
not
as a-
saying they're out. They need to be out of any kind of club. They can just be here. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have to be affiliated. You can just.
It's
be.
interesting because I think a lot of players at this point, it's sort of unlikely that they might have a home club and then another team that they play with for a second night.
good
a
point,
week
Coach.
is
You're right.
A pretty regular occurrence
No, you're right.
at these levels.
Uh-oh. Don't serve that. I was going to say, he's standing at the net.
He survived.
Yeah, we're gonna have our first controversy.
Our first controversy, first of many.
Yeah.
first of this match, but not of the day.
Listen, I got to tell you, the streams where people get into it on the court are
Yeah.
easily our best viewed
There's
streams.
no question.
So
Well, I'm about to hit the shotgun mic to get our ambience out there.
nice.
Just let's hope pray for the best that we hear nothing but positivity and sunshine and rainbows.
That's where sunshine and rainbows, gumdrop kisses and butterfly dreams, Sean.
Okay, Callie, I do have a line for you to do when we do some recording, and he just gave it to me.
Oh, so you're saying I do that
You're
voice better than he does?
No, you might, but you're going to
Yeah.
say that for sure.
Matt, it's nothing personal. It's just more of a lifestyle.
Oh, no.
type thing.
I didn't say I didn't like his delivery. I'm just telling you,
Well,
I think you should be saying and butterfly dreams.
And butterfly dreams.
And butterfly dreams.
Yeah. I just think
Goofy gumdrops.
my
All right, let's.
my
don't
daughters
rehearse. Don't rehearse.
particularly enjoy that. When they go, Daddy, how was your day? And I go, it was gumdrop kisses and butterfly dreams, sweetheart. And we're off.
We're out of the. Oh, she immediately
a
asserting
nice
herself
blitz.
early. Yeah,
Rejected by the top of the tape, unfortunately, but you know what?
it's
what
all
a
right.
great move
It was
right
a good.
off the
It
bat.
was a good move. Okay, Gabe's serve hopping a little bit there. It's a nice
Yeah,
smooth-
but I mean, Gabe has a very stable game,
Yep.
and he is, he picks his targets well, and
He sure
he
does.
makes the volley. It's not like
Look,
he's
we
trying
just jinxed
to.
him.
I
What
screwed him up.
kind of a commentary?
Anyway.
Anyway.
That's the way that it goes.
All right, so 30-15.
Just
I have
compliment
That's a
him if
great
you're
volley.
looking
That's
for-
just a great volley. I mean,
Too good.
this is, in a way, that's the blitz killer right there. Like if you're gonna, or
Yes.
the poach killer is
Yes.
that this
if
guy
you can be
who
on the net and hit a volley that stays in that
Yes.
lower trajectory, kind
just
of.
missed that wide. So 40-30.
Well, and that's the stability you're talking about, guys. As stable as a 5-legged table.
The stuff you come up with, it's a great
Great
drink.
return.
Oh, look at this. That's Vinci's there. It's
Well,
it's
yeah,
good.
one thing we saw a lot of in the other
Vintage
match
game
was
right
Rob and Rachel getting up to the net and pretty much owning it for most of the match, if not all
Yeah,
of
they
it.
did. Well, there you go.
Nice
You
low
just jinxed
ball
them
there
right
from-
there.
Well,
All
it's
right,
only
so the
fair.
Gabe
Koraks
to keep
take the
that
first
ball
one.
out low.
40 low. So we're at half the bamboo shoot. I'm
For
just
halfway,
saying, or at least one bamboo
the first
shoot. We
prerequisite
want
has
two
been
of them.
made.
We want a
And we
couple
want
of
3
them.
of them.
That'd be good. That'd be great.
That'd be
But
the
we
perfect
can't.
match.
That means that we're now rooting for the youngs to win a game. We can't do that. We gotta be impartial.
We got to be impartial.
Cal.
Yeah, we just want the best competitors to
exactly
come out
All right,
on top
so
at the end of
Rob
it.
Young with the serve. Lisa Korak with smartly taking it off the back screen there. That
Yep.
had a lot of
And
kick on it.
adjusted well to the
Yep.
spin.
Oh yeah, I'm liking
Nice,
the
right
the
off the
matchup already.
camera.
Here. This is awesome.
This is good. One of the things that Gabe does so well is he just likes to get into the 3/4 court
I noticed
zone
that
to kind of mix things up.
Last time, yeah.
And it really can start to kind of mess with you a little bit
Yes.
when you're at the net because you feel like it's hard to anticipate what the next shot is. So when he
No,
does
you're
drive
right.
the ball, it shows up quickly. If he decides to lob it, sometimes he'll let it go to the screen, and it just kind of changes a lot of the rhythm of play.
You're right, Coach. It almost seems like he's going to.
It's a
What a
great
great drive.
shift up to early by Lisa to track down the roller.
Yeah, he does a great job. Almost looking like he's going to blitz, which is disconcerting. It's a great
That's
shot
tough. That's tough. Yeah.
Almost got, what do we call that? The FAC band. You're still got a forehand grip and trying to hit it on the left side. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
A bore
That's how
hand.
you know that a ball has enough spin on it, is if you set up all the way over there and it still gets to the opposite side
Oh,
of your
get
body.
out
What
of
a great
town.
little shovel
Come
drive
on.
there.
Now he's just showing off and directing traffic. Look at that. You hit a shot like that, you can say whatever you want.
and now Gabe telling Lisa that he is going to absolutely get out of her way,
That's a great serve.
and that's a smart changeup.
Yeah,
to
you
go out
you know what?
wide.
Yeah, she basically said, I challenge Yi to hit the ball wide on the serve, and he accepted and was successful with it.
And ye hath accepted.
And it was good.
And it was good.
And there was much rejoicing.
And there was much rejoicing.
Well, you'd have to
Deuce.
say that Lisa has had trouble returning it, but I don't think she's going to Korak under pressure.
Wow.
I think she's got it this
Cal.
time.
All right, dude.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
Look at
good
that.
lob.
And you called it. That's a really smart drive.
Good volley.
Oh,
Nice
unbelievable.
poke.
Some really
That's tough. That
tell you
ball
what,
kind of
just playing some smart paddle.
rising as it crosses the net there. Good
Rob's
lead.
still serving, but they're down possible break point here. Let's just see if they can hang on. And no, I'm not rooting technically for the bamboo shoot thing.
Oh, I am.
Okay, all right, fine. You can be that way.
It's not about the players. It's just about the bamboo.
Wow.
It's good hands.
The bamboo. Well, I tell you what.
This is a heck of a point.
Really.
Lots of bouncing.
Speed. Oh, that's
Smart.
just a great drive. That's just a great drive. Tell you what, Lisa played like a fiddle. Yeah.
Yep.
I said fiddle. Yeah, I said it. I was going to say violin.
Well, it's just, I mean, that's
I'm not
just
sophisticated enough to say violin.
that's just a testament to solid paddle, right? I mean, they were scrambling for most of that point and patient enough to get a ball that was short, and then she closed and was balanced.
Oh, what a drive from Rob Young.
Nice
wow.
shot.
Didn't even look like that was possible from that angle. It still was able to.
And it wasn't.
Strong dude.
He just broke the laws of physics. And
no, just snapped that thing
you
down
wanted
like
an
that.
X-Files episode, Sean, and you got it.
Amazing thing is, Lisa almost got a racket on it. I should say paddle. She must have served down love 30. Oh, I jinxed him there too. I'll shut up now. What a horrible, horrible commentator. But we didn't need to tell you that. It's just obvious. Look at the chip. Chip Charlie Bobby. Look at Gabe just kind of taking control. Kind of like a D-back. Interception. 30 all.
That's a good return.
Wow.
That ball had
That's got some English. Yes.
lots on it. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's actually, if somebody
Straight from the
stays
UK.
back,
Yeah.
that's the killer, is that if you can drive the ball right at them in a situation like that, where Lisa had to let it go to the screen, but then because she was backing up, it was hard
Couldn't
to track
do
it
much
down
with
again.
Oh, that's good
Yeah,
play.
that's nice
Did
dig.
you let that go through
the legs.
That's hilarious. Unbelievable.
Good play by Gabe there. Yep.
Wow.
Really good.
Putting pressure on him.
Really good. And just like the ability to keep that ball low, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Especially that first chip backhand.
Gabe can hit it hard, but he oftentimes just sets up so that he can keep the ball just skimming right over the top of the tape, and it's just more difficult to deal with when a ball is dropping like that.
Unquestionably, and you know what? It's not easy to chip it like that and keep it low. So that's talent. Another great down the line return from Rob Young. Pays off.
Yep.
And they're going to get back to deuce. No, it's excuse me,
Sorry,
add out. Add out. So it's kind of on Rachel Young's paddle. Comes up with a nice return. Stays a little long. In the previous round, most of those forehands from Rob were not going out.
No,
just to be fair, he was pretty much hitting every one of them. So part of it's the final. Part of it, you can just cool off and, hey, look, everybody's human.
So
there it is
always gonna
again. There you go. God, I love the married mix. I just love this. I'm sorry.
Come on.
Is that off color for me to say? I'm sorry.
No,
I just love it.
It's entertaining.
Great shot.
Good close.
All right, so at least we got an AC Doocy out of it. No one bamboo shoot.
That's okay, AC Doocy.
It's
Well,
putting
how about
a
this,
smile
just
on
for
my
1
face.
second?
Oh, thank you, Cal. That's
Bamboo
really nice of you. You're still not singing background, but thank you.
Gosh, you felt good about that.
No, actually, I'm chiding Cal. Cal is a better vocalist than I am letting on. I'll say that. All right, Cal. I will say that
Look.
to be fair.
And listen.
Exactly. I'm just saying.
Nice dig.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, Lisa came up with the goods there.
Yep. Not a lot of free points
No.
can be found on the court at the moment.
Look at the-
Everybody's got to kind of
What the
earn
heck?
it.
Jimmy Connor's tomahawk. Oh, that's a great touch.
Smart. Yep.
Good bass. Into the corner. Look at it. He's doing it again. It's happening.
It's happening. This is a little bit more, I think, the style of point that
Nice.
both teams would
Yes.
prefer to play.
Yes.
It's a nice dig.
Yeah. Oh,
Maybe a little late on the decision
yeah. Just
to-
last
to
second
pull the trigger
decided
on
to-
that
yep.
one. Yeah, but
That happens too. We've all been there.
30.
I know I say that all the time, but we have. No way.
Yep.
Vintage Gabe Korak
Yeah,
right there.
I mean, you
Owns that.
Yeah, always a strength of his where when you change direction for no reason, right? If you just
Yeah.
decide, like, I'm going to hit this one a little harder,
Yeah.
he does not mind,
No,
sort of
he doesn't.
redirecting that pace.
No, he's got kind of a touch with that. Because
Yeah.
I remember in the last one of the last CPTC telecasts we did. I know Cal loves it when I call it telecast. Live stream. Okay, get off my back.
Well, even if it was a television broadcast, you still shouldn't call it a
through the air.
telecast. It's just.
Oh, he
just-
missed. He's human.
That was
I'm just saying he's real good at that. Where the ball seems
Yeah.
to be above his head or shoulder, even for on the backhand side, he can kind of
Yeah.
tomahawk it down on both sides, the forehand and backhand.
right. Well, so much of his game is about counter punching, and
Yeah.
and so much, really good paddle is also
Yep.
about the ability to counter punch and mix that element
You're
up.
right, Coach. That stayed
Got
in.
it right
That
on the
stayed in.
line.
Good. I was going to say she was going to one-time it, which that one should have been a
Nice.
one-time. It was great. But I tell you what, we got some talent out here.
Oh, baited a little bit into the open court. Not a bad opportunity,
Right.
but
And some of you watching at home, you're thinking, he's playing like Kelly Leak from the Bad News Bears, where he's basically going from center field to left into right field. It's 30-15. Yeah.
correct.
I mean, the only reason I'm saying that is because for the first
No,
time
it's
in my
definitely
life,
35. Yeah.
first time in my life, I'm confident about the score, guys. I don't know what I mean.
First time in your life.
I won't let it go to my head, but yeah, there we go. That was a great drive. There we go.
That was almost in, too.
Well, I'm not necessarily rooting for Rachel, but she hadn't really hit a return.
I got to say
the way
that
she's
is the
capable
preferred
of.
play and just what you would coach as well, right?
Yep,
if you're
absolutely.
crushing the return cross court and it's enough to make somebody change their formation,
Yep.
you don't change anything about your return.
No,
you
no
just crush
reason.
it cross court again.
Yeah.
You don't know if they want to stand there
Absolutely.
and take the volley or not. Like
Make them prove they can handle
yeah,
it.
you don't give up on something that's working for you until there's a reason
Absolutely.
to.
That's exactly right. That's why I wear dark socks with everything. It works for me.
Because it works for me.
That's right. My wife
That's
loves it. What a
tough.
get! No way does that go.
Oh, got it.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Yep. This is tough. Yep, and they're going to close. Smart.
Great point.
Really good point.
Wow.
Both teams.
Wow. Super hands from Rachel. That was amazing. All right, Deuce. This is a spirited contest
Yeah.
here.
Spirited contest. Just what everyone likes to see. Great
There
return,
we go.
good close.
Look
yeah.
at the mobility from Gabe Korak. That's impressive.
At this rate, we're all going to need an Orange Julius to get through here.
I mean, you guys didn't get one? Look at this. He goes lefty.
Yep.
Just there we go. She's kind of heating that up. Like I said, she's got as big a return as anybody out there on the forehand side. So you almost got to be careful how you serve her. Oh, she had it too. Good hands again from Lisa
Yep.
Korak right there.
Yep. And an opportunity that just sort of like maybe a little bit too big. Ball spun
Yep,
away from
that's
you
all.
slightly. Good return again.
You know what? I like the idea.
Yep.
It should maybe just had maybe a little more decisiveness going to her right like that.
Right.
Well, winning the right points, the Koraks jump out to a 4-1 lead. Give them credit. Opportunistic. Phenomenal. Oh, they got their music going again, which is fine. Just anything to drown Sean Albrecht off the you just get him
Well, you
off.
try your best.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Yeah. And who would rather listen to Adam Levine anyway? More. I would. I'd rather listen to Adam Levine than me for sure.
He's got an incredible voice,
I think
but he's kind of
my
sleaze
wife
back.
would rather listen to Adam Levine. I know my kids wouldn't. Just ask them. Yeah, I'm not even sure I'm number 2. Get down. Sit down. Maybe like a player to be named later will be number 2, and then
So
down
now
to be
Rob
3.
has started changing up the amount of spin that he's putting on his
Which
serve,
is really
which is
smart.
also smart.
Yeah.
Where it's become a little bit. It's not doing the same thing every time. It's a little
I'll
bit
tell
less
you what,
predictable.
it is crazy how good he is at that.
Yeah, that
Because
spin
it's that
move.
shovel back. That's
It's
again,
almost like the beginning is you're screened,
Yep,
right? Like
yep.
it's kind of like the ball is in a weird pocket where you can't fully see it, and then all of a sudden
that's that horseshoe fall I'm talking
Yeah.
about. He's got his back to the action, and he's still pulling that off.
Yep.
Okay, just a missed serve. Puts him in a little bit. Oh, my goodness. In a little bit of a hole here at 1540. Once again, we're at Evanston Golf Club in just absolutely gorgeous Evanston, Illinois for the Married Mixed Championships. And this is the finals. What division is this, Coach? Do we know?
A1.
A1. I figured.
Is the technical
You know,
division here.
you could have not known, and we would have been able to assume that from the level.
And the bottles of steak sauce littered everywhere.
Oh, that's probably the other one. Yeah, I agree.
You know,
Good
don't ever
pick.
change. Which, by the way, is wonderful stuff if you've ever had it
Oh, it's still
on a burger or
It's fantastic.
yeah.
Not
good
that
stuff.
we're an endorsement, as you'd say.
No, if anything, we're an endorsement for Volley and Viking and Wintrust, Illinois Bone and Joint.
Yeah.
Heck, throw Paddle Pro in
CPTC
there. Why not?
Livestream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CPTC live.
It's
I was
going
just
random.
doing that. Yeah,
Oh, nice stretch on that one.
they just haven't had their logo up a little while ago. I just figured I'd throw it in there.
That's
Good
smart.
teamwork
Good call.
there. Yeah. The
a
CPTC
nice dig.
live stream. That's my favorite.
Sneaky.
Oh, I
that's
thought that was going in. Why didn't that
just
go in, Dave?
enough
Come on.
of a. It's just enough
know.
of a jam
Everything else
volley
did. That was impressive. What a great point.
to cause a problem.
It's 34.
I think it's 30-40.
30-40. Yeah.
It's 30-40 there. It is 30-40. That's all right. See, that could get a lot. That could be a lot more of an argument. You know what I'm saying? It can turn into one. So we're pretty amicable about the whole. He just called it. You know what? But you know what? Okay. Yeah, we're all competitive, but I don't blame Gabe for doing that because if we're not all on the same page, he just wants to make sure. Yes. Yeah. You know what? That's hopefully he doesn't fault now. You know.
Okay,
Well-
now if Rob faults, I lose my mind.
Yeah, 'cause
I mean, I
they
don't
did have that
blame.
figured
It's,
out.
I mean,
this
it's
is a,
just
that's
like
a great serve.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Yeah. Wow.
Nice shot.
Well, I guess it wouldn't have mattered, right?
Here's hoping.
Yeah. Wow. I'm going
Yeah,
to say it
there
again.
have
I
been
love
a
the married
few
mix, Coach.
there
I
have
just
been a
love it.
few missed scoring in this game. For once, we're on it and they're not.
You know what? That's
which is
the one
shocking.
time. Yeah.
And this naturally is the
Shocking
one time
is
we're
an
actually on it.
understatement.
Yeah,
All right. 1-5.
serving to
Or I
win
should
the
say
match. The
5-1.
match, the set.
Serving the win the set. Yeah, that's
Excuse
right.
me.
Are you getting your phraseology? Now we're at the end of the year and you finally got it done.
About time.
A little and or wide.
I did have a weird moment where somebody after one of the league matches came up and they were like, "You guys were way off with the score," and I was like, "I was keeping track of your foot faults." And he was like, "Duly noted. I retract my."
Oh, it's going to work. No, I thought that was going to
You
stay in.
faulted 31 times. That's what I was. That's why the score was always wrong.
Yeah, we just couldn't
It
stop.
was,
We lost count.
I was correct, but
I was using my hands. Yeah, Cal was
Toes.
using his toes. We were trying to figure out what the.
a little deep on that.
I'll tell you
one.
what, Rob Young's a strong dude, man.
think it's-
Because he's kind of a half shoulder turn. He still snaps that thing into the court with his pretty much his wrist. 30-15.
You know, we talk about phraseology. I was talking to someone about water skiing,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, I want to try the one with the board," and in my head, I just said, "Oh, waterboarding," but that's not what that is.
Not quite what that is. No.
So, you know, it's the old classic. Waterboarding at Guantanamo Bay sounds like a lot of fun if you know what neither of those things are. Pretty sure I've said that before, but it's
It's worth
it
it.
stays in.
That is gonna come right down.
All
And that is
right,
the
I think
set.
that is
so
the
we're
set,
gonna hear
boy.
from
Set.
IBJI here. Oh, all right. My bad. I cut that one off. But Illinois
just
Bone
saying.
and Joint, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we can do it.
All right.
From the heart of Chicago up to the North Shore and stretching from the northwest suburbs down to Kankakee. From urgent in-office care to virtual in-home visits, we're making orthopedic care available wherever and however you need it. Because while we're adapting our lives to keep each other safe, we know that new injuries will happen and old injuries will still linger. And IBJI is here to help.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in ortho access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most. Visit IBJI.com to find an ortho.
We're back.
All right, beautiful. Of course, I'm seeing. There we go.
I think Rob just won that first point there.
I think so too. So it's 5-all. That would be my guess. Speaking of special, I don't even know if that's a really good segue, but we're just going to go with it.
Well, it's good enough for me.
Yeah, absolutely. So sitting in for our venerable Matt McClure is Dan McGuire. And Dan, by the way, weren't you a champion at this?
Well,
at this particular?
It took Steph and I a while to win. You know, this is one of my favorite all-time events. Having played paddle now, because I'm an old guy, since '96, I would say that the married mix we started playing in the late '90s.
Wow.
And we had some great matches and met some tremendous friends along the way. And it's funny. The last couple of years, do we really want to play or not? And John Watrous would say, hey, Dan, I need a couple more players, come on in. And
you fell for that?
I did, but
I'm just kidding.
Somehow,
John would ask me, he's such a nice guy.
In 2021, yes. we made a run and ended up sneaking one in. So
that doesn't surprise me, the talent level. By the way, are you familiar with either of these couples out here?
Very.
Okay, beautiful.
So
maybe give us a little insight.
The Corricks, we've played 3 times. A couple of years ago on our path to winning. Gabe is, I'd like to say, a similar style of play as me.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that, actually. Now that you mentioned it, you're right. He kind of is.
He's
Magic.
He's just younger and more athletic. And I got to tell you, watching that first set, he took that first set over. He controlled the tempo, didn't let the youngs get. The youngs like to play fast. Gabe was able to settle down, and Lisa just did a tremendous job.
Yes.
That's what she does, is bring a lot of grit and keep the ball in play.
Yes.
So Steph and I, a few years ago when we first bounced into them, got into some long points, long matches, and we pulled it out simply just because of experience and Gabe learning the game.
Wow.
And then the funny part is I've also played Gabe in league matches.
Yes.
And I was able to beat him early in his career, and now I can't beat him anymore because you know why? He's a better athlete, and he's younger than me.
I tell you what, I saw him earlier this year on the live stream. I don't want to say Salt Creek. I'm trying to think of the match. And he's better. He's gotten better every time I've seen him.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether he's just playing a lot more or he's just that talented. Sometimes I always say this, Dan, I played basketball for years, and I was happy to sit behind certain guys because people would go, well, don't you want to play? What am I going to do, play in front of him? I would put him on the court before I'd put me on the court. So, no question about it. And they've jumped out to a 2-love lead already here, and they're kind of rolling. Let's see if the Youngs can make an adjustment. So do you know the Youngs as well?
So the Youngs took us out of this tournament in the main draw last year, and I got to tell you, they jumped on us early. Have a lot of offense.
Yes. Two big forehands.
Rachel really brings from the backhand. You're kind of,
Yes.
she presses the action and got us on our heels, and we could never recover from last year. They beat us. It took us a set and a half to get into the match, and by that time it was over.
Yeah, they kind of ran through the Highlines the same way, and the Highlines were a pretty quality team. But the Youngs were just a little bit too much. They could just get on a roll,
right,
and then get the first set, tuck it away, and the next thing you know, they were in a little bit of a fight in the second one, but it was still 1-2. So it doesn't surprise me. It's all matchups, Dan. I mean, let's face it, right?
It's all matchups.
That's what it comes down to.
But it's been a ton of fun, and you have to stay married in these things, right? I mean, I'll be 30 years married this May.
God bless you.
And some friends that are probably listening to this had the over-under somewhere around 6.
Well, Dan, your reputation precedes you, but I think the most valuable tip you've ever given on the paddle stream was the recommendation of the Michigan Shores chili.
Yes.
Which we were just talking
iconic.
about. And
You
actually,
guys enjoyed that.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, again, I'm going to say it again, Dan. If I enjoy it, that is not an endorsement. I pretty much eat whatever shows up. If you can see me, you pretty much get the idea. So, well, if these guys enjoyed it as much as I did, I mean, then that's pretty much more of a real educated opinion about it. But anyway.
Well, you both also enjoyed the music, if I remember, in the background.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we had some Ozzy Osbourne
Oh,
going on.
yeah. No, it was
A memorable night for sure.
Yeah, matter of fact, we heard some little tracks. That's a great drop volley. And I say a great drop volley in paddles, not necessarily one that your opponent's not going to get to. It's just more a matter of practice to have to get through each one of them. So we've got an advantage here to get the Youngs on the board. That was a great backhand volley from Rachel.
What do you think of this setup? I mean,
it's
Evanston
beautiful.
really did a tremendous job
yeah.
with the this is a perfect venue for
It
this.
is, isn't
Yeah.
it? And I mean, right now, I think we've mentioned this before, but we are in the paddle clubhouse, if you will. I'm going to call it a clubhouse because we're basically in the golf simulator area.
Well, not basically. We are literally
Yeah.
in a golf simulator right now.
So it's gorgeous.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Well, in John Watrous, when you think about it, there was
Look at that move.
172 teams today and 11 flights.
You know what?
And he put this thing together.
Is the master.
He is unbelievable.
He is the master. So did they get on the board there? I think that
think so.
shot from Korak, Gabe Korak was long, so I think that is 2-1, yeah. So they are on the board here. No, John just is such a nice guy. I don't understand how he can stay as low-key for the most part as he is.
He is one of my favorite people that I've ever met
Yeah.
in the world through Michigan Shores. He's a tremendous teammate.
Yeah, he seems like he would be.
He's a fun partner to play with.
I'll bet he is.
You know, he's just got a great balance between competitiveness and social.
Sure.
Which I need, to balance me out. And
You're competitive. You're socially competitive, though, or competitively social. You get the.
Ooh,
I understand.
X-Files.
I know what you mean. There we go. X-Files. Yeah. What's what we call that, Dan? Whenever we see the lights on the court, just looks kind of like X-Files. Like it's a spaceship. I said that the other night, and it's amazing. I don't drink, and I still come up with stuff like that. I don't know. It just look like a
it's
spaceship.
these conversations that I can bring you guys into some interesting deals. Now, my wife would shoot me, but you're up, like the Koraks are.
Sure.
And Lisa goes to serve. I would have been known to tell Steph I'd give her the ball, and I'd think I was Sensei Kreese from Karate Kid, and I'd say, sweep the leg.
Sweep the.
And she'd look at me like, you're a meathead. Go back to the net.
See,
I don't even know who Sensei Kreese is.
This is the kind of stuff we want to pick up with the shotgun mic, though. That's what it's
That's
out
the
there
dream.
for. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to get the ambience of the ball hitting the paddle, but really it's the commentary. I mean, I try to turn it up, but sometimes if they have the music blaring, it's difficult. I like that idea, by the way, from Rachel, blitzing on that ball, because Rob's ball seems to be dipping pretty well here, and it wouldn't be a bad opportunity.
Here's the thing, though. The Youngs, the trouble is if, because they're going to play fast, right?
Sure.
There is no plan B, right? So they're going to continue to play
That's a good
fast.
point, yeah.
And if it's not working, they're not comfortable coming slow.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Whereas the Koraks are just waiting there to
What a backhand. Oh, Exhibit A.
take advantage of their speed.
Exhibit A. So, no, I'm with you. Sometimes the best teams are able to go both ways. They can handle it, play as much D or play as conservative as possible, or maybe turn up the heat. That's a great shot. It's funny, we were talking about this earlier. Gabe likes to, especially when he's returning, or I should say his partner's returning, he likes to hang out in the backcourt area in no man's lane. He likes to kind of almost press the issue a little bit. And while he can get in trouble sometimes, I think it pays off more than it doesn't. What do you think?
I think his eye-hand coordination is uncanny. And you're right, because when I play him and I see him cheating, my instincts is to hit it behind him, and that's exactly what he's setting me up to do.
Exactly. Yes, he almost expects it. Yeah. No.
He was a collegiate baseball player.
You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm looking at him. I'm going, he's either an infielder or he can actually be a catcher in a way, but maybe he's an infielder because he does split step like an infielder. What? What are you talking? Cal, you don't look. If you don't like the extracurricular athletic analogies, turn your head off. Because what did you expect me to do, huh? I mean, I went to Hofstra University.
I just don't know how to take
I watched
it.
a
They
lot
say
of
it looks
baseball.
like it.
And I played some baseball in high school, so it's like
No, but Gabe is definitely an infielder. I mean,
he's just the way he split steps off the ball right there, like he's just almost like anticipating where the hit's going. And he is mobile. It's amazing.
I'm just surprised. Like, they're hitting a lot of balls behind him. and really make Gabe's hitting until
Yes.
Lisa makes a great shot right down the line with no pace.
Yep.
And he tries for a little extra.
Exactly. Yeah, and if the Youngs aren't careful here, they're going to have to do some type of maybe slowing. I almost want to put like some slow music on the speaker just to get them to slow down as a coach.
But it's not their game, right?
No.
So
Yeah.
the Youngs might want to try some different things, just like overhead placement and where they're going.
Sure.
And I would probably hit a few more balls to Lisa because Gabe has really kind of dictated the.
Pretty much taking 2/3 of the court, too.
Yeah.
No, yeah. As a matter of fact, I think they kind of either heard you or they figured it out.
Yeah.
And it's not like Lisa can't hang either. She'll be fine, but good play. Oh.
That was
These are all on the Young's rackets. But you know, it's not like he's going to miss that every time. But
that's a great point that you don't have to smoke a right-hand forehand to be effective, right?
Exactly.
That was a change-up drive by Gabe that he was expecting pace, and it dropped in the net.
It's absolutely. That's another baseball analogy, Cal, if you're keeping track over there. Which, by the way, a good one. All right, 4-1. Korax again, commanding lead here. Let's see if Rob and Rachel can make adjustment or two or whatever. So now how long, you said this before, how long you've been playing this tournament?
Since I don't have the exact year, but it's the late 90s.
Wow.
And I remember it. My late father-in-law and mother-in-law who introduced the game to my wife and I. There was a couple that got sick and they asked us to come, and we knew how to play because we had played socially with them in college and such.
Sure.
And we were going up against friends of theirs, and I barely knew how to drive the ball. Everything was a lob.
Sure.
But I did have a couple of screen drives in my bag.
Of course. That's
and
kind of a specialty.
Unfortunately, what happened was the gentleman hit a hard overhead, and I was used to just kind of getting on top of it. His wife turned.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
oh, no.
Yeah, and it hit her body on her hair, and Steph melted.
Oh no!
I can't believe you just
did that.
And I didn't mean it, of course.
Of course not.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's like a Ben Stiller moment.
But that was our first one.
Wow, wow! And you still came back.
We still came back.
You know what? That is
wow.
That's determination. That is determination. You know what? It's funny. It's amazing where some stories start out that way, where we never thought we'd still be here after this happened, or after that happened.
Yeah.
Usually the best memories happen after that.
There have been some really good, fun couples. If I want to throw some names, the Rygards, the Sullivans, the Campbells, the Broccolos, Chris and Mary. A lot of great couples that played this along the way.
That's part of the whole thing. I mean, it seems, I got to tell you something, and I mean this sincerely, it's been so social the whole way through. Competitive, yes, but no, we never get any, there's really not been much adversarial talk at all. Maybe one or two glares because somebody maybe drove a ball they shouldn't have driven.
Well, I'll tell you what, this thing fills up quickly.
Yes,
John told me this year that people were on the wait list a couple of months ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when you first started playing it, were there this many teams?
No,
or?
It was an A and a B flight.
Wow. And now we've got 11
flights.
That
16 teams.
Unbelievable.
In each flight.
That's unbelievable. I mean, they talk about the growth of the game, and I think if it weren't for pickleball, I think we'd still be talking about how much platform tennis has grown. Okay, it's Love 30. It's looking inevitable, but we still hold out hope.
You never know. Hey,
exactly.
You can turn matches, as crazy as it sounds. Just
unquestionably. Good lob. Of course, that goes in. Yes.
You guys did a great job this year with your commentary. I popped in on some different paddle nights in Chicago.
Yeah,
we're very lucky that you guys do that.
Well, it's funny. We didn't start out doing it. What we started out being was I'm supposed to be running sound, Cal, and Matt are usually just doing video, but Matt told me one day, hey, look, if the commentators don't show, we're on the mic. And I was kind of like, what?
Yeah.
So we're doing it kind of by default, but after a while, it kind of just became part of the job.
Sure.
As long as they don't mind, me, because basically that's the one person, if they're going to throw somebody off the broadcast, it'd be me.
Yeah, well.
But the point is, I'm just saying, we just want to be kind of like the guys in the clubhouse, having a beer, and the commentator, and just trying to keep it nice and light. Oh, how did they do it?
It's called the seam.
Yes. As a matter of fact, here we go. Still a match point down here. Good drive. Look at the touch. That's not easy to do right there.
That's a great move by Gabe. That little backhand setup.
A little Jimmy
nice.
Connors going there on the right-hand side, though.
Yeah.
Like that flat backhand.
I'm not sure Rob's comfortable on the ad. They usually play the other way.
I was going to say, they probably use, and there it is. How?
Wow. Well,
Dan, always a pleasure, buddy.
It was a great time.
No.
Congratulations to Gabe and Lisa.
Yes, they've done an unbelievable job. You know what they do? They deserved it, man. They were just too good.
Yeah.
Too steady.
So do you guys get to come and enjoy the party now?
I don't know. It's up to our executive producer over there.
Oh, he's
a taskmaster.
He's a yes man.
All right.
You got it. All right. So for Matt McClure, for Dan, for Matt, for Cal, Sean Albrecht, CPTC Livestream, Evanston Golf Club, Married Mix, thank you so much for joining us.
And not only that, this is it for the year.
It is. This is the last
our
one.
paddle season.
The other thing is we've got to thank the sponsors, Cal.
Absolutely.
Volley. Can you pull it up?
Oh, I'm pulling it up right now.
Get out. Let's see how technical.
There
you
we
go.
go.
The Illinois Married Mix. Do we want to announce these? Do we need to announce it?
This is our last chance to go through it.
Go for it.
Volley.
Okay, you got to be
well, it's brought to you by Volley.
CPTC Livestream. Got to be more announcing.
Illinois Bone and Joints.
Been there.
Okay, Viking. Viking.
And finally, Wintrust Community Bank, serving your community.
Exactly. Look at there. We got the picture going.
Beautiful.
That's
enough to make a grown
right
man
there.
cry.
Well, anyway, for all of us at the CPC Livestream, thank you so much for a great season.
Yeah, it's been
We will
fantastic.
see you next time.
2024.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be our year.
Thank you, Dan.
Bye-bye.
From the heart of Chicago up to the North Shore and stretching from the northwest suburbs down to Kankakee. From urgent in-office care to virtual in-home visits, we're making orthopedic care available wherever and however you need it. Because while we're adapting our lives to keep each other safe, we know that new injuries will happen and old injuries will still linger. And IBJI is here to help.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in ortho access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most.